Hey, it's Sketch Monkey here, welcome back to a new video. I thought it would be fun to show you what it looks like when working with clients and when they send me cars that they want to have redesigned. So in this video, we're gonna have a look at this Corvette C7 here. It was a person from the Midwest who wanted to, I think he had a C7 Grand Touring, or I think that was the model that he had. And he said that he wanted to change the front end and the rear as well, so I did both designs for him, and then he said he was going to ship this over to California to be built. So I really hope he builds this car, and I really want to see it in real life because that would be so cool to see a client car out on the streets. So what we started with was, first of all, get an idea of what kind of styling and style in general he's looking for. So he was looking for a more aggressive front end, because I can kind of agree with the fact that the front of the C7 is pretty tame. It's kind of flat, there's not a lot going on, there's not a lot of diffusers and wings and spoilers and so on, so we wanted to add some more aggressiveness to the front end. So I suggested we make 3 different concepts to start with, to get kind of an angle of what direction we want to go in, because if we're just focusing on getting one concept done at a time, it's going to be too many revisions. So if we have 3 different concepts with 3 different types of styling, then I get an idea of what it is the client is looking for, and then we can tilt it in towards that type of styling and narrow things down. So I want to show you the process here when we do that, and how this works when you're working with clients. So what we're doing right here is creating these first 3 concepts that I was talking about, and then I'm gonna send these over to the client, and he's going to come back with me with suggestions on what type of styling he likes, what he doesn't like. It's even more important than what he actually likes, so that we can come up with a combination of one, or modify one concept, or come up with a combination of 2, or maybe even a combination of all 3. So you're gonna just pick what you like, what kind of features you want on the car from these concepts, and then mix and match, and then we come up with a second revision. And that's kind of how we work towards an end goal. We just mix and match all the revisions that I send him, and we talk together, we bounce back and forth ideas on what looks good and what doesn't fit the car. But the most important thing here is to keep the client happy and actually give him what he is looking for. That is my job as a designer for this. So let me walk you through these first 3 concepts that we did, and then let you know what we talked about, what we discussed about the 3 concepts, and how we moved forward from them. We actually picked 2 of them and mixed them together to create a 3rd concept, and that was pretty much the final concept. We did make a massive change by the 3rd concept, and he wanted to integrate some sort of a Ford GT C-pillar. So you have a wing, a pillar that is hollow, that connects from the roof line of the car down to the rear fender, and I think that would look really cool if you just get it right. So we're gonna talk about that in this video, and I'm gonna show you all the concepts that we did and the final product as well. So what we're doing right here, I created all the 3 concepts in one Photoshop document, with, of course, using different layers. So when I was done with the first concept, I just duplicated it like this and turned the layers off that it was modified, and then took the stock picture and moved it down to create the second concept. Now, every time I work with a client, I always ask for some inspiration photos from the client. So, for example, he sent me a bunch of different rear and front diffusers of cars that he like and want to have some inspiration from, and that is super helpful when you're doing things like this, because it's really hard when you're doing this through email and Skype to have a good communication and understand what both parties really mean when they explain something. So sending photos of cars that you actually like and things and the styling that you're looking for is a massive help when it comes to redesigning cars like this. When I start on a brand new project like this, another thing that's really helpful is to create these 3 first initial concepts. And I kind of want them to be pretty different, and both in styling and in proportions and in graphics and everything. I want them to be very different from each other, because that's the point, because that's the way I can really focus in and dial in on what the client want. Because if I create 3 concepts that all have minor differences, it doesn't give the client that many options. You're kind of locked in from the start, and we don't want that. We want to keep a broad perspective on what we can do, and the way you do that is by creating the initial concepts and make them very different from each other. So this is the second concept that I'm working on right here. And what you need to think about when you're doing this as well is to think about especially if it's going to be built, you have to think about the cut lines and the section lines and where your limit is. How far up can you modify this car until you reach the cut line that's right beside the headlight right there. So we want to create a new bumper for this car, and the bumper ends where the cut line ends, obviously. So I have to stick within those lines for this to be able to be manufactured. Now, one thing the client wanted here on this second concept was to have both an air intake on the far sides of the bumper and these side splitters, but to me that is not going to work. It's not going to look good, and I don't think it's going to be functional either, because they cover the front split, the corner splitters here. They would cover that air intake, and it just wouldn't make sense. So I decided to keep these corner splitters just on idea number 1 and 3, and leave it open for concept number 2. And if the client really wanted it there, then I would put them back, but it turned out he agreed with me. It didn't look good and it wasn't functional, so we scrapped that idea and continue moving forward. For the third idea at the bottom here, I wanted to create some angry teeth looking spoilers in the grille of this car, kind of like an inverted version of idea number 1. So open up the grille and add some angular fins inside of the grille that goes from wide at the top to narrow at the bottom. Since these are the initial concepts, I don't want to spend too much time on details such as highlights and burn points and stuff like that. I want to get the general ideas down, and that's it. Then I want to send that to the client so he can decide what to move forward on. And when we know that, that's when we can start going into more detail and spend more time on the render to make it look real. And especially if it's going to be manufactured, engineers need to understand what is going on and how the curvatures are going on this front bumper, so they can actually build it in a 3D software. But at this stage, we're just playing around, we're having some fun, sketching down some ideas to get the ball rolling. So this is what the Photoshop document or JPEG would look like when I send it out to the clients after the first initial concepts. It's a very easy standard overview and pretty easy to kind of pick and choose what you like, what kind of direction you want to go in. And as you can see, the top is kind of an inverted version of the option number 3, and then we have option number 2, which is more of a clean design where we just open up the grille, don't have any fins in the middle of the grille, so he can pick and choose exactly what he wanted to go with. So what we decided to go with here was a kind of a mix between option number 2 and option number 3. So he did like the fins on option number 3, and I wanted to add that into option number 2, which was the wider grille. And he also mentioned that he wanted the corner splitters, but as I said before, we talked about it and we decided to scrap that later on because it just didn't fit the overall design of the car. So once I got that feedback back, I was ready to get in and get working on the final version of this. And he also mentioned adding this C-pillar treatment inspired by the Ford GT. And that was obviously going to be a massive change to the design. So I have to figure out how to solve that. Not only graphically, but not sure how it was going to be built. But since I'm the designer, I don't really have to worry about that. I do my best, but then it's up to the engineers to figure out how to make everything work. So I'm gonna let this video of this, the final render run here. I hope it was useful, and especially if you're thinking about working as a freelancer and doing something like this yourself, this is pretty much the process that I do. It's very simple. I like to keep things very, very simple, not complicated at all. If you like something, you let me know. If you don't like something, you let me know as well. I give you options and we come to a conclusion where both are happy, and then we move forward from that point. I've been very fortunate to have worked with a few clients this year, and I hope to work with more because I really love doing this kind of work. It's a lot of fun, and especially if the client decides to build the car for a show or something like that. That's always awesome to see. So this is, as I mentioned, the final render of this car off to the client. So I want to spend more time on it and also bounce a little bit back and forth to gauge where we're at and give him some updates on what I'm doing. And we also decided to sharpen up the front air intake, the front grille and the mouth of the car. We wanted to have it less round and more of sharp corners. And that goes for the side air intakes on the bottom of the fenders as well. And later on in this video, I'm going to add that Ford GT C-pillar here, so you're going to see how that is integrated into the design. And then, of course, show you the final result. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. I'm the Sketch Monkey. If you like this video, please hit the like button. That really means a lot to me. I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to keep sketching, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.